Okay, I'm going to go through a high level usage on the L48. A lot of this stuff is fairly straightforward, but it's helpful to go through it at least once just to get a high level. Here, I'm going to take you through it. It's this is the range selector. You've got high, medium, low, and neutral. This is the three ranges for the transmission. This is your 3-point hitch up and down. This will lower it if you go forward, and this will come back up if you go backwards. And this is the static throttle. So this would be used when you want to keep the throttle up without actually holding it in position. You just move it and it stays where it's supposed to. And then you've got a PTO switch back here. So if you've got the backhoe off and you want to run another attachment in the back, you would run it through here, the PTO switch. I believe if you put it all the way forward, it turns it on. You've got your rear lights here. You push that down and push it again to turn it off. You have your ignition switch. The glow plugs on this, the way it works is you just turn it once and it will automatically put the glow plugs on based on the temperature for you and then turn them off for a period of time. And then you turn it all the way just to start it. The other thing over here is the seatbelt on the seat. And then you've got your hydrostatic pedal, forward, reverse. You've got your seat adjustment. This will adjust the spring tension for the up and down. So if you're heavier, you could go more tension. If you're lighter, you could use less tension. This is the swivel over there that swivels the seat. This moves it forward and backwards. This is your 3-point hitch drop speed adjustment knob. So you turn that in, and I believe it drops either quicker or slower. You turn it out, and it's the opposite. You've got your 4-wheel drive is right there. You pull that up to go into 4-wheel drive, and you push it down for 2-wheel. And then you've got your differential lock for the back is right there. You've got over here, you've got a clutch. The clutch on this is really not needed to operate it when you go forward and reverse, but it's there. And then you also have a brake. You have a left brake and a right brake, and they're tied together with a little adjuster in the center. You can either leave them together, or you can use them separately to turn the machine quicker when you're turning a left or right turn. Then you've got your loader control arm, which is this guy here. And then you've got your third valve, which is this guy here. This is for the front or the rear. You could put hoses on this and do it front or the rear. The other thing to be aware of is you got your steering column adjustment, which is this. You pull this down and the steering will go forward and back. You got your hazards over here, and you've got your headlights over here, and you've got your hazards, your left and your right, no, sorry, not hazards, left and the right blinker on the left, and your lights are high and low beam lights in the center. The horn is actually in the middle, so if you have a horn on it, you can push that and there's a horn. And all your gauges are pretty self-explanatory. You got your gas fill, and you've got your this is a diesel filter right here, a fuel filter on the left, and then your oil filter on the right. And other than that, on the backhoe, you got backhoe controls are here, obviously, and then you got your stabilizers in the back, and you've got your, go around here, you've got transport pins. There's a transport pin here for left and right, and one here for up and down. When you pull those out, they go over here on the side. So your transport pin would go here, and then the other one would go over here in this hole. And this one's set up with a hydraulic thumb on the backhoe. So this is the foot controls for that, and that controls this over here. The hydraulics over here for the thumb on the backhoe. Let's see, this side, you've got your 3-point hitch is all going to be in here. It's all tucked away inside the frame of the machine. And then the other thing to note is that the other part of the 3-point hitch accessories is underneath on top of the frame. So you've got all that in there to be used when you take the backhoe off, when you can put a 3-point hitch attachment on that in the back. And then over here, you've got a toolbox, and you've got your oil dipstick right there for the engine oil. And that is pretty much it on these. Not much to really worry about, because it's really easy to use it once you've used it for an hour or two. But this is a high-level overview of how it works. And the bucket in the front has a quick disconnect on it, so you can pull these levers up and you can pull the bucket off and put any other skid steer quick connect attachment bucket in the front of the machine if you want. And that is pretty much it. The other thing to note is in here, there's a battery underneath here. The grill actually will come right out. You pull the pins on the guard, There's 2 pins here on each side. Pull that, you tilt it forward, then you pull that grill right out, and there'll be a battery right behind this, pretty large battery. That's how you would check, get to that. If you pull this hood up, the small hood here, you can check the radiator, and you can check the fluid levels if you need to. That's what that's for. And there's also a screen in there, so you can, it's a dust screen for the radiator, so you can clean that out if you need to. But that's pretty much it. That's a high level. These machines. This one here is set up with the aftermarket LEDs, which are really nice, so you can see both the front and the back. It's got the LEDs. So at nighttime, if you're doing snow removal, especially, you're gonna want those on there. Like I said, it's got the thumb also on the backhoe. So yeah, these are really great machines, construction grade, and that's a high level usage overview of usage of one of these. Hopefully it's helpful.